Hi, this is Dr. Green, and we are looking at some examples for the Week 2 homework problems. So there's just a few problems here that I thought it might be helpful to have an example for. The first one has to do with prevalence. So we have a simple random sample here of 12,000 individuals that were surveyed. They want to determine here the prevalence of individuals that are diabetic, and by prevalence they mean point prevalence. And we're going to assume that 598 individuals on the survey indicated that they were in fact diabetic. So we want to know what is prevalence of diabetes as indicated from the survey. So point prevalence by definition from our textbook is the number of people with disease out of the number examined at baseline. So the number that indicated they had disease were this 598, so that's in our numerator. And then the number examined at baseline, assuming everyone answered the survey, is the 12,000. So 598 out of 12,000. And then your problems, I believe, want that as a percentage. As a decimal, if you key this into the calculator, it's 0.499 or 4.99%. Next, here we're going to look at cumulative incidence. So a public health department in a particular county has 375,825 residents. They documented here 645 cases of bladder cancer, and 89 individuals were diagnosed in the past year here. We want to know what's the cumulative incidence here for bladder cancer in this particular county. So cumulative incidence, again, our textbook definition, these are the formulas at the end of the chapter, is the number that developed disease during the period. So we want the cumulative incidence within the last year, that's sort of implied here, over the number at risk at baseline. So the number that developed it in the past year are the 89. So there were 645 cases ongoing, but only 89 in the last year. And then the total number at risk at baseline is the population of the county at 375,825. So really this 645 is extraneous information. And then if you change this to a decimal, you will get 0.00024, and as a percent, that's move the decimal over two places, 0.024%. So that's your cumulative incidence over a year. And then lastly here, we want the median systolic blood pressure for the following data set collected from 6 individuals. So the readings were 115, 121, 128, 137, 138, and 149. So remember, what you need to do is you first put the data in order if they are not already in order. So these values are already in order from smallest to largest. And then we notice that there are 6 values here. So that means that there's going to be 2 middle values, because if you take 6 and you divide it by 2, you get 3. So if you count up 1, 2, 3 from the bottom, there's middle, 1, 2, 3 down from the top. So the middle is between 128 and 137. So there's 2 middles here, actually. And in the case where there's 2 middles, remember what you do is you average the 2 middles. So our median here is going to be the 128 plus the 137, and then divide by 2, which is 132.5 if you key that into the calculator. So the rest of the questions were true false, or they were reading questions from the definition, so I think you will be okay on those.